All right, so here we're going to analyze the cartoon. Obviously, we would have a class discussion on this if we were in school, but obviously we're not in school, so I'm going to kind of explain out what this basically is saying. Um, Represented in this cartoon over here, you've got the United States with their arsenal of nuclear bombs, the Z bomb, H bomb. All of these are just kind of referencing different types of bombs. The hydrogen bomb, which is an advancement of um, the atomic bomb that was used at the end of World War II in Japan. While we developed these, the Soviet Union was also developing them, and they're represented over on this side. Notice on both sets of rockets, it says on no account to be used because the enemy might retaliate. So, because of this, the two sides are basically just slinging arrows at each other. We've talked about the advancements of weapons and the devastation that they cause and the casualties and things of that nature. These bombs, these nuclear age bombs, have gotten much more advanced in a very short period of time. The bombs that were used at the end of World War II in Japan killed over 150,000 people on impact, not to mention tens of thousands later on as a result of the radiation and things of that nature that came from the use of those weapons. So obviously, these bombs that were much more advanced, they were going to kill a whole lot more people than what we did at the end of World War II. And because of that, neither country really wanted to use them. And the fear was if one country launches one, the other country is going to launch one as well. And that's going to end up in nuclear warfare, which we'll touch on later on. But because of these bombs, we're not using the full strength of the military. And that's kind of represented here in this question here. The point of view of the cartoon is that nuclear weapons did what? I know that these images are hard to see, but they're images of military planes, battleships, rockets, different things of that nature. And because of this period, this 45, 50-year period of our nuclear age weapons, it actually, down here, it's B, prevented war between the United States and the Soviet Union because neither one wanted to use these. And the fear was if they use one, the other side will use one, and that'll cause massive devastation to both countries, which would knock them off the pedestal as being the two superpowers of the world, which they both wanted to be. And as a result of that, it actually prevented a war between the two countries. So nuclear weapons, in a sense, actually kind of led to peace during this time. And this is why this was a war of ideology, words, competition, and other things, as opposed to actual physical fighting that we saw in World War I, World War II, the Spanish American War, and the other conflicts that the United States was involved in.